Hello, my friends, and welcome to the very first and hopefully not last episode of My Neighbor, Mr. Warchief. Seeing as this is our first episode, I would like to invite you to sit back, relax, and warm yourselves by the fire. Lovely. So today, we'll be taking a look at the wholesome topic of family, particularly family trees. Now, whether yours is simple, large, has illegitimate branches, or has been featured on the latest episode of Dr. Phil, each one of these is wonderful and unique in its own right, and deserves respect even if your weird cousin, twice removed, still owes you money for that incident a couple of years back. Now, what better way for us to gain a better appreciation for this than by taking a look at the delightful family dynamic within Hololive, particularly with the rather infamous Kureiji Ollie Family Tree.
As I was saying before, your family trees look like this, perhaps this, or even this. But Ollie's family tree looks something more like this. So let's break this down by starting off with Ollie herself. A lovely, chaotic ball of sunshine despite being undead. She supports everyone from small content creators, independent VTubers, to her fellow talents, and everyone in between. To keep it simple for now, we'll look at her immediate family. She has a winning son in Roberu and a losing daughter in May. May is constantly divorced and remarried to Iris, and Roberu is married to Kagura Mea, whether he realizes it or not. Iris's parental figure is Toa-sama, which makes her and Ollie in-laws. May, in her own words, has a family dog in Mume, who then has a slave in Crony apparently. Indeed, this family dog's power levels are way beyond mortal comprehension if she can enslave the Avatar of Time. To wrap up this section, May's grandpa is Vesper, which makes him a father figure to Ollie. Easy enough to follow so far, isn't it? Well, here is where things will start to get a little bit complicated. Ollie is not Bay's only mother. In fact, she has two other maternal figures in Mio and Eichan. However, they are not related to Ollie. As for Ollie's siblings, it's a surprisingly long list. So let's start off with the most straightforward ones in Astel, the the older brother, Puma, the younger brother, and RPR as another younger brother representing the Lamb family. Incidentally, RPR's Oshi is Toa-sama, so make of that what you will. At least they're in-laws by now. She also has two older sisters in Ame and Ina. Ina is married to Polka and Nenechi, so that makes them Ollie's sisters-in-law as well. And as for Ame, she's married to Kiara, who is the adoptive mom of Kobo. Don't worry, we'll get to her later. Special mention also has to go to the Kefi branch family. They are all Ollie's siblings by rigor, though some of them already have a place in the family tree, like Kiara and Axel, as we'll see later. Are you still with me? Good, because you won't be for much longer. Now if we tackle Kobo's part of the family tree, she's also one of Ollie's younger sisters. Kobo has an older brother in Ragos Altair, and according to her, an Imoto in Minaserio. Like Bay, she also has a family dog named Brian. Also similar to Bay, she has multiple mother figures. As mentioned earlier, we have Kiara as her adoptive mom, and Kiara is married to Ame and Reine, with Subaru as one of her girlfriends. Yes, Kobo's sister is married to her own adoptive mother. She also has a JP mama figure in Louis, and Wami has also mentioned that she wants to adopt Kobo as well in a few tweets. At this point, it's only a matter of time before that happens, so I decided to include it anyway. Gamma is also Kobo's Oji-chan, according to their collabs. And now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the single most problematic figure in this family, Daddy Callie. You see, Callie is Kobo's adoptive dad. That would have been simple enough, but she is also the dad of Ollie and Vesper, but is the sister of Bay. How someone can be the dad of their own sister's grandfather and also the grandfather of their own daughter is the kind of nonsense that makes me realize that I haven't taken my medications yet. Before we all completely lose it, perhaps we should jump into the last section, Ollie's waifu collection. You see, when she was just starting out, it seemed that Ollie was determined to speedrun as many marriages as she could. And she was actually quite successful for a time, managing to get Matsuri, Coco, Iron Mouse, Choco Sensei, Mel, and Marine, with a side note of Matsuri having Luna as a sister. Unfortunately, this practice did eventually catch up to Ollie, and it is unknown at this time whether some of these marriages are still up or if they all ended up in divorce by now. Notably, Ollie has married Coco, and they ended up divorced within the same stream, but were also married as a result of their child, Ronald the Chicken, and a little bit of chat shenanigans. She also tricked Callie into proposing to her in Indonesian, but I would like to finish this video with some semblance of sanity left, so I won't delve into too much detail on that one. There is, however, one notable ex-wife of Ollie's whose branch has gained a life of its own, that being Yofi's family. You see, Yofi belongs to the Kira Kira family, a group made up of her, Risu, and Oga as siblings, with Aroran as their dad. She has also recently gained a new mama in Pochi Sensei. It is unknown how she is related to the Kira Kira family dynamic currently. Yofi is also married to Muna, who is in turn also married to Kaela. These two have recently adopted Gura as their daughter. Finally, there is a hollow rodent connection with Risu, Pekora, and Bei that needs to be pointed out. So now, let's zoom out and take a look at the full family tree. Surprisingly, it is somehow not an absolute mess, but the connections between any two random people can be complete and utter insanity. For example, Ollie once asked how Luna is related to Vesper. Now, since Vesper is the grandfather of your daughter, that sort of also makes him your father, which then means, from Luna's perspective, Vesper is the father of her ex-sister-in-law. Let that sink in for a couple of seconds. Here are some other fun connections. Gamma is Bei's great-grandfather. Pochimama is Ollie's ex-mother-in-law. Coco is Ollie's wife and also sister simultaneously. Ame is at the same time Kobo's sister and aunt. Roberu's uncle is his own genmate Astel. And lastly, Callie is a father to at least 12 children and is Iron Mouse's father-in-law and grandfather-in-law at the same time. See, this family truly lives up to its name of being Kureiji.
And that about wraps it up for today. I hope you didn't get too many scratches and bruises, because that was one hell of a tree to climb, and I think it's only going to keep growing from here. Well, with whatever's left of your sanity, this has been your host, Mr. Warchief, always reminding you, stay true to your roots. Good day.